Today I'm in a different place. I'm in the church, but I am in this wonderful spot because we have a tree. This is a tree, and it's called the giving tree because the some of our money and some of our donations to go to different places that are in in a sign on that tree. But besides that, I'm here because we're going to be talking about a tree today, about a tree that grows from a mustard seed. But at first, I have a question for you. One of the questions is, how much bigger are you now than when you were a baby? Let's see. Are you this much bigger? Are you this much bigger? Or are you this much bigger like me? Well, another question is, what are some things that you can do now that you couldn't do when you were a baby? I bet there are quite a lot. Do you go to the bathroom by yourself? That's something you couldn't do when you were a little baby. Can you get dressed all by yourself? That's something that you couldn't do when you were a baby. Some of you might go to school, and when you're a baby, you don't go to school. Do you feed yourself? Do you eat alone? That's something you couldn't do. So you have come a long way. You are turning into a big kid. Well, in this story, Jesus is talking about something that grows into a bigger thing. Jesus was talking about the kingdom of God to a bunch of people. And in the middle of those people, between those people, or among, it's the word I should use, among those people, there was a little girl. And the little girl was a little bit confused because she couldn't understand this kingdom of God that Jesus was talking about. And she asked her mom, but her mom couldn't give her an answer. Her mom had questions and doubts also about this kingdom of God that Jesus was talking about. And then the mom takes the kid and asks Jesus for an answer, right? And Jesus was trying to get the perfect example so that not only the girl would know what he was talking about when he was talking about the kingdom of God, but also everyone else. And he came up with this example, a mustard seed. And I don't know if you've ever seen a mustard seed, but a mustard seed, just like some seeds, it's very, 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 very tiny, very tiny. He said, the kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. It starts tiny, 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 tiny. But if you plant it in good soil, take care of it. Remember like the previous story? That the sower and the farmer took care of the seed so that the flower would grow and thrive. Well, if you plant it in good soil and protect it and take care of it, it can grow. It grows into a big, 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 big tree that gives shade to everyone and shelters birds. Can you imagine something that tiny, that little, being able to grow into a big thing? Well, but like everything that starts with a seed and becomes a tree or a beautiful plant takes time to grow, right? And you have to be patient and you have to take care of of it. You just cannot leave it underground and just pretend that everything is going to be okay. No, you have to take care of it. The same with the kingdom. Starts with little tiny works of little tiny things that we do. When we are good to other people, that's care. That's you taking care of that seed that's going to become the kingdom of God. When you obey your parents, when you are good to your friends, to your neighbors, to your family, to the people that live around you, when you do good acts, when you do good to people, that's a way to protect that and take care of that mustard seed that's going to become a huge tree that's going to be beautiful and give shade, full of more seeds, and be a shelter to birds. Now, a question, where do you think, just like this tree, just like this tree, where do you think the kingdom of God is? Do you think the kingdom of God is in the Bible? The kingdom of God is not in the Bible. Do you think the kingdom of God is in heaven? The kingdom of God is not in heaven. I have news for you. The kingdom of God is right here on earth where we live. Everywhere. Therefore, we need to be good. We need to treat others with kindness and love and protect each other so that the kingdom of God becomes this huge tree in which everyone can get shelter and cool off from the hard sun or from the harsh sun. So, now that we know where the kingdom of God is, we should be able to help it grow, right? What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to read the story. The story is called Seeds of Hope. He taught a seed she caught. He brought a seed she caught to show her how love grows. A tiny seed is what we need to learn what Jesus knows. She stared, despaired. No leaves were there, just dirt and nothing more. No growing plant, just one strand, the same way as before. He said, "Don't fret, don't give up yet. The kingdom is like this seed. A seed so small will grow so tall, a place for all indeed." That's beautiful, a place for all. She beamed, she screamed, she saw some green. The seed began to grow. Look how beautiful. A tiny sprout came pushing out. God's hope began to show. She grew, she knew that what we do is plant God's seed of love. And stay and pray and watch each day for life that God dreams of. That is our job, to plant seeds of love so that there are as many trees and they grow as big as the kingdom of God is. Because the kingdom of God, it's a big place for everyone. And now you have a craft. You have something like this, right? So This is the kingdom of God. Not that the kingdom of God looks like this, okay? Don't think that. But we're gonna paint, we're gonna color the kingdom of God, and then we're gonna color a mustard tree. So, color it, take a picture, and let me know. Let me see, okay? Bye. God bless.